Okay, this tire's probably been here for ages. Hey everyone, on today's video I'm gonna review this camera. This is the Praktica MTL 3 made in the German Democratic Republic. Well, during the mid-80s. Lots of people liked these cameras for reasons. They say now that they're built like tanks. It's not really true. And they enjoy the camera for its style. Well, it looked like it's been drawn by a kid with an HB pencil and a ruler. But me personally, I never liked these cameras when I was a teenager. They were a sign that you didn't have money to get something better. Nowadays it's different. It's more like nostalgia. And that's why I'm gonna review this today on this coal mining dump, or a mining heap. And it is huge. It is huge! Everything you see over here is man-made. Workers used to use muscle force to bring everything up from the ground to dig for coal. For these pictures I whipped out the 28mm wide angle because that's one of the advantages of the Prakticas back in the day. They were way much cheaper than the competition, so instead of getting yourself an SLR with a 50mm, well, you could get yourself an SLR with a 50mm and a 28mm wide angle. Except that here it's a 29, but doesn't make a difference. Well, 1mm of a difference. When we were kids, we used to play along with these, trying to break them and to spot some fossils. And, well, as you can see, we thought that these lines were like this. We thought these were fossils. Well, maybe they are, I don't know. It's always cool. We thought that these were branches or anything. So, technically, is that a fossil? I don't know. If somebody knows, please leave a comment. This is also a fully featured camera with a full set of shutter speeds, self-timer, PC sync connector, everything you need. Basically a very good value for money, like I said. That is something weird. Yeah, for the sake of comparison, I'm a size 9. Any of you remember these when we were kids? Like I said, some people pretend that these cameras are built like tanks. It's not really true. They're not that well built, honestly. I mean, compared to a Canon or, God forbid, a Nikon, they are cheaply made and rough to be used. They're old tech. This camera is from the 1980s, but the technology inside is 1960s-ish. Another problem with these cameras, and lots of photography students mess their first film because of this, is the way you load the film. In fact, you have to put the leader under this small plastic tab, make sure it doesn't curl, advance it to the green line, and there you go. Simple? Not really. Better than the competition? Not really. But this is how they work. But once you master this, well, it's not really an issue. But you have to be aware of that. This was called the Praktica loading system, or the PL, and Praktica literally used a demo of this in their TV ads. Okay, this is the reason why we're here. That thing. This building was featured on the first video on my channel. It's a silo for cleaning up coal. This is definitely an abandoned building. We cannot go inside. Well, we can. I'm gonna show you. To get in, you have to literally climb this kind of makeshift bridge. No, thank you. Honestly, it gives me some The Last of Us kind of vibes. Let's get out of here. My wild guess is that these concrete blocks, and just to give you a relative size comparison, we used to hold up the machinery that used to descend miners into the mine shaft. What I like about these cameras is, well, not the camera, but more the lens, is the lens quality. Image quality is good. I mean, it's sometimes excellent. Back in the day, people used to say that the battery in this camera would outlive the camera. It's not a reliable thing. I'm sorry, but I understand the nostalgia factor. I mean, they look cool, but for the price they sell nowadays, you could easily get something better, like a Pentax MX if you want something all manual. And if you want something that's looking cool, well, what about a Canon AE1? Most of the time I've seen these being sold for the same amount of money of a Canon AE1, which is ludicrous. I'm kinda tired. So, my final thoughts on the Praktica MTL3. It's a mid-80s camera, you know. If this was to come out in the mid-60s, it would have been okay. And even though the Canon FT was already a better camera than this, but you realize that this camera came out the same year Minolta was introduced. The first AF camera is just mind-blowing. It's ancient technology. Made in the German Democratic Republic. It was way much cheaper. A good entry-level camera for people, but you know, back in the day that was not seen as groundbreaking or high-quality technology. Yes, they were capable of taking good pictures, just like right now, but in the end, these are pretty much basic camera. What makes the appeal today is the nostalgia factor, the fact that they kind of look like nothing else with these straight lines, and although they're not built like tanks, they have this old mechanical feeling about them, that makes them somehow cool. Yes, they're cool cameras. They're not perfect, but they're cool. But anyways, that's all I've got for you today. As always, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.